Hey guys, it's the first video of 2023, so I thought I'd do my top 10 comics that I liked reading in 2022, from the ones that I was most excited about reading and the best ones to the ones that I was kind of like but all of these I still were excited to read month to month because there are some duds in my poll list. So let's get started with Dark Knights of Steel. And I know I'm pretty sure this started in 2021. It took a long time for this to come out, and it's only on like issue 7. It's taking forever to come out, but every single time I saw this in my pull list, I was just like on board to read this. And it's such a cool universe, such a cool idea. Game of Thrones, DC, such a cool idea. I absolutely love this book, and the fact that we see the different superheroes react to different Kryptonians and not have all the common themes like Superman being the best and stuff like that. But very nice read. Highly recommend you guys get on this book and collect the back issues because it's not all collected yet. It's not all out yet. So just go through your back issues bin and collect these instead of just getting the trade. Up next, we have DC vs. Vampires. I really like this book. I think it's just a cool, fun DC superheroes fighting vampires. I mean, what more do you want out of a book like this? And in that realm, I think it's cool. But besides that, some of the characterization is not really there. I didn't really care for some of the characterization of certain characters. But overall, I really like this book. And and issue 12 actually just came out. I got to read it for up on the TikTok at Knoober Reviews on TikTok. Check it out. But yeah, issue 12 just came out, so there's going to be a trade eventually. So wait for the trade for this one, and you guys are going to like this. I think this is a really dope book. The art's all right, but the story is pretty cool. And then we got a heavy hitter for number 8, and I can't believe this is number 8, but Batman The Adventures Continue, Season 2. I really love this series just because, you know, it's expanding on on the best adaptations of Batman ever in Batman the Animated Series. And the fact we get more stories of this is so awesome. And the fact that we also did lose Kevin Conroy this year, we have some piece of Kevin's Batman still being put out there. And that just warms me to no end. And plus the Mayor Mayfield arc at the end of season 2, I thought was brilliantly done. It was very well done. And yeah, not much more to say about this, but Batman The Adventures Continue Season 2. Pick up the trade. Out now. Fantastic book. And then for number 7, I've got his first attempt at Batman before he took over the main title. It's Batman the Knight by Chip Zdarsky. Absolutely fantastic limited series about Batman's travels around the world, picking up all the skills he needed to become Batman. This book, for me, it was a very struggling read because it's a lot of words and sometimes like words kind of are a bore for me. But I thought this was a very interesting story, and the way they intertied new fan favorite characters' origins into this, I thought was really cool. So highly recommend picking up Batman the Night by Chip Zdarsky. And Chip Zdarsky actually wrapped his Failsafe arc, which I heard was really good. I haven't read it, but I'm going to pick up the trade definitely. But check that out. And then, of course, we have Tom Taylor on Nightwing. I just picked the annual because it was what I found. But Tom Taylor on Nightwing, it's fantastic. It's a good, fun-loving book. It's a good month-to-month book. Because for me, sometimes I forget a lot of details. And this is a good month-to-month book where it's just a self-contained story, but it overall arches into a larger narrative. But it's just a very much a fun-loving book about Nightwing trying to protect his city, and then you get some guest stars every now and then. You get the Titans, you get Wally West Flash, and Tom Taylor is actually writing Nightwing, where he's like mentoring John Kent while Superman is either dead or up at War World doing that stuff. But Tom Taylor's Nightwing, I always loved me reading some Nightwing. Nightwing's one of my favorite characters of all time. Tom Taylor's Nightwing, fantastic. Up next for, what's this, number 5? Yeah, number 5, we have Batman Superman, World's Finest. Fantastic book. Absolutely fantastic book. Just, it's a fun read, but it's also just so good because you got one of the best writers at DC of all time. He wrote Kingdom Come. We have Mark Waid on this. And then the art by Dan Mora is just fantastic. Like, the way Dan Mora draws Batman and Robin and all those other characters is so awesome. And the fact that they reach, in this book, to other corners of the DC universe that you don't really expect them to reach into. Like in the first arc, they have like the Doom Patrol in this. And then in the second arc, they have the Titans, which you would not expect in a Batman Superman book, but the Titans are in it. But fantastic book. And especially with this second arc with Boy Thunder, I think it's going to be something really special. So you guys need to read this book. It's fantastic. Especially with the issue where Robin gets stranded back in time. That's such a good issue. Really testament to Dick Grayson's character. Then for number 4, we have Batman Beyond Neo Year. Loved this story. I love me some Batman Beyond. I'm a sucker for Batman Beyond. And the fact that Batman Beyond isn't as big of a thing as he is, it really makes me sad. But I really like this book. The art really took it over the top because the only problem I had with this book is that, of course, Bruce Wayne in this story gets killed. And it's Terry trying to go undercover and finding out. So you don't get a lot of, like, Terry wearing the suit in Batman Beyond Neo Year. But overall, I thought this was a very good story for what it was trying to do. And it was just so exciting to actually get a Batman Beyond book on my pull list and that I was reading currently instead of going back and reading the Rebirth stuff, which was really cool, but this was something really special. And for number 3, my most highly anticipated limited series of the year, Batman Beyond the White Knight. This was fantastic. Like, it's Batman meets Blade Runner. What more do you want? Plus Batman Beyond. Like, what more can I say about this? You have an old Batman roughing around, trying to fix his family, and it's just, what more do you want? The art by Sean Gordon Murphy is gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic, and colored by Dave Stewart. Just 10 out of 10 limited series. When issue 8 comes out, I'm definitely getting the trade for this. Like, it's so good. The art in this is amazing. The story is pretty good, even though there are a lot of Gordon Murphy-isms, so take it at that, but this book is amazing. Pick this one up. Pick this one up. It is fantastic. Number 2, I have 2 from this initiative, but it's number 2. I have One Bad Day, Riddler. I love this. This was the only Riddler story that I actually really liked besides If You're So Smart, Why Aren't You Rich by the animated series. This made Riddler terrifying because when they announced the One Bad Day initiative, where they were like, oh, we're doing the definitive story for all Batman's villains, and they're obviously going for the Killing Joke because of this label right here, I was kind of skeptical, and then I didn't actually pick this up initially, but then I saw so many people giving this book praise, so I picked it up, and I read both Riddler and Two-Face in the same day, because that's how far behind on this, and I was blown away by the Riddler one. It was absolutely, I can't say this enough, it was absolutely fantastic. I loved this because of the fact that it dives into the deep emotional ties of the Riddler, while also giving a story where it's like, what if Riddler stopped using riddles? He'd be an unstoppable menace. Just fantastic book. The art is pretty good, and this is basically Riddler's Killing Joke. It really is. And it's portrayed that way. Like, it's very much the same kind of thing as The Killing Joke, where it's like, because you get a repeat of his origin, while also it's Batman trying to track him down, and then it's a conversation between him and Batman. That's The Killing Joke in a nutshell. But fantastic book. Could not recommend this enough. Absolutely fantastic one-shot for the Riddler. Making me actually respect the Riddler for a change, even though I already really like the Riddler. But number one, I had to give it to this. Batman One Bad Day, Mr. Freeze by Jerry Duggan, and illustrated by Matteo Scalera, colored by Dave Stewart, the same guy who colored Beyond the White Knight. But this book, fan-fucking-tastic. This book is absolutely amazing. I love this book to shreds. Like, when I started getting into collecting comics, I really wanted to see a good Mr. Freeze story, because not a lot of good Mr. Freeze stories have been out since Heart of Ice. And I really wanted something that gave this book gave him the need he deserves. And even though the choices that they went in this were not that great, I really overall enjoyed the book, considering the fact that the art is beautiful. Even though this is not the cover that I personally would have shown you guys, I loaned my buddy the other copy of I have. It's very similar to the Heart of Ice. It's a beautiful cover, but absolutely fantastic issue with Robin trying to get redemption for Mr. Freeze, and Batman saying he is beyond help. And then you go into the whole thing with Freeze kind of being a controlling husband, and it's just overall phenomenal book. 10 out of 10 book. My highlight of the year. Like, I think I read this thing twice when I first got it, because I was just so blown away by it. Like, pick this up if you are a fan of Mr. Freeze, and this will make you tear up. Like, because Mr. Freeze is such a tragic character, this will make you tear up, and there's nothing more I can say about this book. It was just so good. Fantastic. But, yeah, guys, those are my picks. Absolutely fantastic list here. Hoping 2023 pumps out the same amount of content and quality, of course. But like I said, all these books are fantastic. They really are. You guys should all be reading these, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, that's my list of top 10 comics in 2022. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Might it be a figure review? Might it be some kind of comic thing? I don't know. Let me know what you want to see on this channel going forward. But be peaceful out there. Take care of one another. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.